that will suck. Okay, great. All right, so for editor's sake, if you guys wouldn't mind going around and just kind of saying your name, spelling, and your role in couples therapy. Michaela, if you want to get us started.
Sure. Hi, my name is Michaela Zanu, Michaela Zannou. Was that good?
Yeah, was
okay.
Great. The hardest part.
I'm the creator of couples therapy. I wrote, produced, and I star in it.
Perfect. Ryan, go for it. I'm going clockwise on my screen.
Gotcha. Hi, I'm Ryan Metcalf. That's RyanMetcalf. I play Eric, one of the leads in couples therapy. I also did the post-production on the pilot.
Cool. Rob?
Hey guys, Rob Alicea, ROBALICEA, executive producer, and I actually play Blaze, the bartender in couples therapy.
Blaze. I forgot.
Gosh. I was not going to remember that. I'm glad you said it. All right, you two.
I'm Randy Ramos Jr. That's RandyRamosJr. Period. I'm the director and producer of Couples Therapy.
Perfect.
Hi.
I'm Angela Petruzziello. That's ANGELA, and I'm one of the producers and also was an actor.
Thank you guys. All right, so we'll just get started. We'll chat for 10-ish minutes. If we go long, that's fine. We got a nice big group, so just have fun.
Cool.
All righty, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is the Q&A for Couples Therapy. I am joined with a great group here from the project, both behind the camera and in front of the camera. Michaela, Rob, Ryan, Angela, and Randy. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I just kind of want to dive in and just talk about couples therapy. Where did the idea come from? And Michaela, as the show creator, maybe you can kind of shed some light on where this idea came from.
Yeah, totally. So couples therapy is loosely based on my own experiences. I was going through a tough relationship. It was getting a little bit toxic, and I was going through a rough patch, and I happened to have a conversation with a friend about relationships, and she told me about how she went on couples therapy with her husband. And I just got this idea about this couples therapist who should know better but gets herself entangled in all toxic situations, and she helps other people with their own relationships, but she can't do the same for her marriage, and she just can't follow her own advice.
That's great.
So yeah, that's how I got it. I got the idea, and do you want me to talk about what happened after, like how we got into the production part?
Yeah, I would love. So when did you get the rest of the team together? So like Rob, how did you guys get connected? And then Randy, and how did the whole dream team come together?
Well, it all started with Angela. It's funny because I was just friends with Angela, and she and Randy had filmed their own pilot the year before. And so she was the first person I turned to when I was like, okay, I want to produce this. I want to make this. And she gave the script to Randy, and then Randy calls me and is like, hey, I want to produce this. So I want to direct this, I'm sorry, and produce it. So like overnight, the entire team that was on their own pilot, G-Spotters, that they filmed a year before our own, it was just suddenly on couples therapy. And I got the amazing Rob Alicea to help me produce it, and the wonderful Ryan Metcalf, who saved the day. We needed a leading man. We couldn't find one that was just right, and he came in and saved the day. We also filmed it in his apartment, and he did the editing. So yeah, that's how we all got together.
That's great. And so I'm curious, Angela and Randy, when you got the script, what were your immediate thoughts?
I was going to say that joke, but I'm not.
It was really funny. So when Michaela first gave me the script, it was like a shorter version. And I remember she had mentioned possibly doing like some type of web series thing. But it was like super funny. And our strong suit is comedy. And Randy, I know, had been like itching to direct. So I was like, oh, maybe I will send this his way. And
Yeah.
and then we kind of just from there sprung forward and we're like, we're going to do a full-fledged pilot and use all our resources and make it the best we can make it under a very small budget. And that's what we did. And it looks beautiful.
Yeah. It was awesome. Like I read the script, Angela read the script first and she gave it to me and I was like, oh snap, I could actually direct this thing. And then Michaela and I had a really good conversation. I was like, cool, if you want me to direct this, I'll like bring the team on and whatnot. And I remember talking to Rob about it, and Rob is always super busy. And I was just like, he was like, hey man, like I can help you out, but I can't do it. And I was like, what is it gonna take for you to be on this thing? And then he was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then, and then we actually, I think I'm going off topic a little bit, but we had auditions and we couldn't find like the perfect person for the leading man. And I was just like, Ryan could be really good for this. And that was a whole other thing. But like our initial reaction when we got the script was just like, yes, let's make this happen. Boom. And we did.
That's great.
Yeah.
Rob's like, I'm unavailable, but if you could get me a part as a bartender, I think
Yeah, that's what did it.
I was when Randy had approached me, I think the thing that like really had impressed me about the script, besides being funny, was that it was just structurally very sound, which is something that I really look forward to when I see in a script. Because very often, like you'll read different short form content or even half-hour projects, and you're left feeling not fully fulfilled with the process. But I kind of read the entire episode. I was like, like there's catharsis here, right? There's like a good first, second, and third act. It left me wanting more. I thought the characters were really fleshed out, and then I was like, okay, all right, I can get behind this. I'll do it. Let's do it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So was the intention always for you to star in it, Michaela, or did you ever consider someone else playing Natalia?
Well, no, the intention was always for me to star in it, in the sense that when I first came up with this, I was like, oh, it will be something fun to do to help my acting career, to have good footage and whatnot. And then it just kind of like explode, like just became this like huge thing that this like amazing project that it was not even close to what I had in mind. And like Natalia, it's based on me, so I just felt that I would be the best person to portray Natalia.
Well done.
Thank you.
I really did like the chemistry between you and Ryan. I mean, that scene in the bar just really, I mean, you could feel it, I did not know what was coming. I truly didn't. When Ryan showed up in therapy as an adulterer, I did not think that a few minutes later we would see you guys connecting in a bar. But it really worked. And there was something, even though, Ryan, you were introduced to us as a cheater, we really rooted for you at the end and really got to love him, It's,
oh, man.
Randy's like, yes.
That's what I was like preaching from the beginning. I was like, no, I know he's wrong, but he has to be right.
Right.
Yes.
We didn't hold it against him.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a win.
It was a win. Was that kind of hard for you, Ryan, to kind of like navigate those waters and be like, okay, I know I'm gonna have to be a little bit likable, but I'm introduced as a cheater. How did you work on that?
My background is comedy too, so I tend to have a little bit more of a comedic feel to me, which helps that along. I know that when we were actually going through the scenes, we did a couple different takes to find some levels to see where to place it. And the stuff in the bar, I'm glad that you felt that way, because we were really pushing our day when we got to the bar, and I think we hit those beats out of necessity.
which the bar which we landed that day, because our other bar fell through. We were like, like literally it fell through, and we're like running through Jersey trying to find a place that would let us shoot. Of course,
Rob was literally going like bar to bar, being like, "Hey, can we shoot here? Can we shoot here? Can we shoot
right now?"
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had made plans with
Food.
this one restaurant to help us out, and the day before they told us, "Oh, sorry, we got this huge reservation, we can't help you." And it was the first day we were filming, and it was just like all those things happening at once. And Rob was just like scouting the streets of Hoboken to find the perfect bar, and he did. Yeah.
Never know. It looks great. Where you ended up, it all worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
also give it up to I want to give it up to the crew really quick because they lit that scene so well and like so
Oh, yeah.
perfectly for what we were trying to go for. It was just like I remember them putting up the lights and being like, "Oh my god, this is perfect, this is beautiful," and just like freaking out over that. Anyway,
it all happened for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's next for the project? So we've seen the pilot, and I mean, obviously we're living in kind of unusual circumstances right now, but where do you hope to take it and go from here?
Well, the idea is to pitch it to production companies and networks. The show is very, I would say, more like provocative and inclusive. My goal is to kind of like use this show to tell the stories of um, people and types of relationships that haven't been given a voice in television, and also shed a light and like on the modern woman, and just portray this like complicated, delightful, strong mess that is Natalia. So I'm ideally aiming for platforms that have like inclusive and groundbreaking content, like HBO, Showtime, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, etc.
Great.
Yeah, so just playing it by ear and see how this situation unfolds. But yeah, that's the goal.
That's great. And we'll maybe see Joe in future episodes.
Oh yes, Joe comes like I've kind of like outlined the series. So around episode 6, I wanted to create a mystery about him. So I didn't want to show him on the first episode, but he's definitely coming later on, and he's causing some trouble. So
great.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Ryan can take him down.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna go head to head. That's for sure. They're gonna go head to head. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and being here and being part of this Q&A in this virtual space. And congratulations on a wonderful pilot. And we all really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of
yeah,
course.
we'll see you at the fest. Virtually. We're excited.
Virtual.
We're very excited.
Thank you for joining us, viewers, for the Q&A for Couples Therapy.
Thanks.